A forest wouldn't be a forest without the trees. Some just starting out, others at the end of their cycle of life, and many others somewhere in between. But there's so much more to a living, balanced forest than the trees alone. Get in touch with the rhythm of the forest, and you'll begin to see life everywhere. Keep an eye out for those who call the forest home. Those who choose their place of residence based on their behavior and biology. And then there are those of us who are just passing through, absorbing the sights, sounds, and smells. Or taking it up a notch to indulge in a favorite adventure. The forest does so much for so many. It also plays an important role in ensuring our economic well-being. Forests mean jobs and security to countless families and communities across our nation. Quality lumber to build our homes, furniture, and infrastructure. Paper products that make all of our lives so much easier. Fuel to keep us warm on a cold winter's night. But how do you balance these competing interests? Do they have to be at odds? Or is there a way to ensure that the forest remains healthy for our children and our children's children, while sustaining our work and play? One thing is certain, such a critical balance won't be achieved by protecting any one of these interests at the expense of another. There has to be a plan. Certified forests are places where such plans are enacted on a daily basis. The process of certifying a forest ensures that the economic, social, cultural, and environmental values have been and continue to be addressed. This includes the way trees are grown, the way lumber is selected, cut, and manufactured, all the while never losing sight of the other values of the forest. The certification program ensures that at each step of the way, there is a clearly delineated chain of responsibility, so that the wood products we end up with are the products of a balanced and sustainable system. Each link in the chain is equally important to the desired outcome. This chain of responsibility is better known as the chain of custody. Scott Davis and Dave Stewart are examining a forested area about to be certified.
Dave Stewart, and I do forest management work in red pine plantations, and this plantation is being marked for future harvesting. First do an assessment of the entire area, and then decide on the system that's going to be used in the marking.
While evaluating this forest, Scott has discovered the site of an old homestead.
Sure, every now and again we come across some cultural values on these woodlots in Eastern Ontario, and here we found an old abandoned well and likely an old homestead. Basically, we'll put a level of protection around this, so we don't really want a lot of disturbance because it is a fairly significant cultural value in these forests.
In certifying this site, Scott takes into account all of the values of the forest. The certification now in place, the forest's economic values can be realized. But getting it right in the forest goes well beyond the harvesting of trees. The next link in the chain of custody is the milling process, where certification is equally important. Certified companies like this one ensure that the chain of custody is not broken during the milling process. From removing the bark to sawing the trees into planks, nothing is wasted. The bark and unused planks are turned into various grades of chipped products. The chain of custody continues when products that originated in a certified forest go to market. Certification allows companies and consumers interested in environmentally and socially responsible materials to be confident in their purchasing decisions. Buying products that carry a certification label is an assurance that the product comes from a forest that has been responsibly managed for environmental, social, cultural, and economic values. For producers and manufacturers, forest product certification may provide access to a market that might otherwise be unavailable. The ability to sell products from well-managed forests is a growing trend. It's a trend that's being embraced by individuals and communities all across our nation because it makes sense for the present and the future. How the future management of our forests is conducted can now be influenced by all of us. In fact, we get to vote with our dollar. By the decisions we make, we now can be part of the chain of custody.